Hi everyone, welcome back to the Nonprofit is Business channel. If this is your first time joining, welcome. I'm Dr. Catherine Cushenberry, founder, and today we are going to talk about paying nonprofit employees. And we're going to talk about it from three different perspectives and why it's so important. From the employee's perspective, first and foremost, from an organization point of view, and then also from a philanthropic point of view for those who give and support nonprofits. First, for employees, it is disheartening, it is demoralizing to serve an organization, to work at an organization that is a do-good for sure, and not be compensated at or above market rate. So let's look at for-profit organizations. There are organizations out there and businesses that are doing good. And I'm not talking about just their charitable work or their philanthropic work. I'm talking about the actual products and services that they provide are do good. Think about skincare and hair care and hygiene and all of these things that help make our lives better. Those are do good parts of an organization or business. For nonprofit, the do good is different for many organizations, but it remains do good. It is important that organizations compensate employees. For employees, it sends a signal around their value, how you view them, the respect that you have for the skills and talents that they bring to the organization. And a lot of it, for some people, it has something to do with the worth that they have as an individual, as a team member. And I'm going to do another video around value because yes, it does signal something, but for individuals, for people out there, I'm going to talk to you about where value really should lie. And it's not in what someone gives you. It's something very different and it is internal. So we'll talk about that in another video. So stay tuned for that. But for employees, it really is disheartening to not have the things that they need to take care of their families and being paid their worth. Now, employees, let's talk about this just for a quick second. The organization is not responsible. It is not responsible to take up any slack because you have not managed your finances well, or you have not cut back where you need to cut back, or saved in different ways. That's not their responsibility, but they are responsible for making sure that you are paid at rate. And then for organizations, secondly, you are responsible for taking a look at your finances as an organization and figuring out where you need to make strategic changes so that you can make that difference. You should also be taking a look at what's happening in the market around you and where are the disparities even in the market. And it will require you to do a lot of soul searching as an organization around what that means. It may require you to scale back. It also may require you to have different conversations with philanthropists, to people who give, your donor base. It may require you to look differently. However, if you truly value your staff members and you value what they bring to the organization, then it is imperative, it is your responsibility to do all you can to right size the pay compensation for your staff members. There's no doubt about it. It's what you have to do. You need to do it. And now let's talk about it from a philanthropic point of view for those who give to organizations. Now, if you just can't in your soul rest well with the idea of human beings, individuals in this world, getting paid at market or better because of them serving and working in nonprofits, which are businesses, but it just doesn't sit well with you, then here's something for you. I encourage you and challenge you to question the heart of what it is you're trying to do there. What are you trying to do? For those of you who give to organizations, know the difference between general operating dollars and restricted funds. General operating means you give it and the organization can use it in the ways that they see are most needed. For restricted dollars, let's say you only want to give to one part of the work, then that means the organization, per their budget, can only use those dollars for that thing, which means that they don't have the leeway to be able to make adjustments for their staff where needed. So if you as a funder or as a donor don't trust the organization to make the right decisions, then that's a whole other conversation. So what I'm challenging you to do as givers, as philanthropists, whether it's corporate or individual donors or foundations, whatever it is, then I want to encourage you to really get to know the organization, because really one of the first questions, in my opinion, you should be asking, yes, you should know the vision, the mission, the services, but you should be asking, are you compensating the people who fuel the who fuel the work, are you compensating them at or above market rate? And how have you determined that? And if they say no, and nonprofits, listen, it's a journey. If the answer is no, what I am encouraging and pressing philanthropists and givers to do is to say, well, let's talk about how what we're doing for you, how we can help either support it or add a value in some way by connecting you to other resources or helping you strategically think through that so that you can get your people who fuel the work rightly compensated. So I think it's important that as we wrap up this video, that employees, one, you should have an expectation of being paid well to your work. Organizations, you should be making all of the necessary strategic changes through conversation and action to make it work. One quick pause. There is a difference in employees and thinking about like what they bring to the space relative to performance and whether or not they're the right person for that position, for that role, and what you should be doing holistically for the organization. So tease apart the two things, organizations. What's a performance issue? And then tease that apart to know that there is a responsibility as an organization to do what is wise and right for the people who fuel it. And for philanthropists, listen, put your money behind this, put your resources behind it, help organizations make sure that they aren't providing a service that employees can't even avoid using because they are not in a position to live and have a living wage. Thank you so much for this time. Usually when I start meetings, I start with gratitude, but I'm going to end these videos with gratitude. So take a moment, think about as this is wrapping up or even afterward, what are you grateful for? And today I am most grateful for my friends, my family, colleagues, new colleagues, prospective colleagues, all of you for your initial support and just really fueling this for me to get this going, for Nonprofit is Business to become a reality. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Nonprofit is business, and the business is good. Take care.